All right, all right. Good morning. I am Jimmy from New Hampshire, and you're watching the Astute Tourist Channel. Thanks for coming in this morning. Good morning to everybody. It is Tuesday, May 23rd. 23rd already. It's hard to believe the time is going by so quick. Good morning to everybody and good day. Let's start right off. Best sip of the day. Cheers to all of you. Good morning. How do you like that cup? It's a beauty, right? It's a beauty. You know, you can get one of these cups. They're out there. These cups are for sale. You can go to the Astute Tourist store creator whatever dash spring.com. Go to Teespring store. Look up the Astute Tourist. You can find your very own cup. Get your very own T-shirt. Get your very own beach bag, pint glass, and much, much more. Figured we'd take care of business first thing in the morning. Don't forget to share us out, like us, and subscribe. Crazy night last night. Slept kind of weird. Lots of crazy dreams. So I'm a little out of it this morning. Not sure why, but so like us out, like us, share us out, and subscribe if you wouldn't mind. You can support us by going to our store and buying some of our swag, and also go to our PayPal channel. You can always give us a super chat, super sticker, a thank you, all of that good stuff. So we appreciate all of your support. You guys are great. Every morning you get up with me at 6 a.m. and you hang out. We have coffee and we talk about, I don't know, the news of the day and what's bothering you, what isn't bothering you, what you like to do, what you don't like to do, what you want to change. Got to show that red, white, and blue there. It's beautiful. Good morning. Let's run right over to the chat. Let's say hello to Sharon. Sharon is here as she is every morning. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for coming in. Matt, Bat Glass Fisherman. You're laying on the couch, I see. What are you doing home? You should be out there. Get out there and test some cement or something, or do some geo tests on the soil. I'm just joking. I'm not sure why, but good morning to you, Matt. Thanks for coming in. Scott is here. Good morning, Scott. It's good to see you. I saw him a little later in the day yesterday. Yeah, it's weird. He's on the couch. Everyone's saying good morning to everybody. My daughter's exceptional children's class has their last field trip before she graduates Thursday, so I'm off. Very good. Right on. It's funny that kids are getting big. I saw Coastals live the other morning really quick. And man, your daughter's growing up, kid. Funny how quick they grow. Seize the day. And that's good you're going to chaperone her field trip, because these are the times you make these memories. That way you're you're right on top of it, and then you can think about it. You can think about it later in the future and go, "Oh, remember that time?" I know that your daughter will remember that for sure. So, good morning, everybody. Thank you for dropping in. Um, like I said, I am Jimmy, your astute tourist. We do this every weekday morning at 6 a.m. Well, almost every morning. Tomorrow night, and we'll see how it is again. I haven't contacted the cable company yet to try to get a hold of them today. It's been a crazy week, but they're not giving us what we're paying for. So hopefully the stream tomorrow night will be a little bit better if I can get a hold of them. If not, maybe we'll cancel. I don't know. But this morning the picture looks fantastic. It looks perfect, in fact. Stillinya is in the house. Good morning, sir. Good to see you. Great picture of you, big smile. Good to see you, and thanks for dropping by. We appreciate all your support just by coming in. I put out a short yesterday. Um, I don't know if anybody saw it or not, but it was. I tried out this new thing a couple weeks ago. We were at a this bar called Codex Bar, and it's like a speakeasy. I may have talked about it, but it's one of those places where you go into like a foyer in a building, and there's nothing there but bookshelves and an elevator, and you find the right book, and you pull the book, and it rings a bell inside, and they open up the bookshelf, and you go in. It's like this hidden bar, um, kind of based during Prohibition time, and we had a couple old fashions, but they smoked them. They put this cap on top of your glass with I think this had like cherry wood in it. They actually burn it and they smoke up your glass. It was different. It was good. It was unique. So that was a short I put out yesterday. It's doing okay. Not quite 400 views on it yet, but you never know. It's doing all right. Whatever. As long as we're putting content out there. I'm also working on a video right now. Some more antics from Florida. Um, I'm going to show. So the last one was the time we spent with my folks in Central Florida. This one's going to show us hanging out on the West Coast, from Alligator Alley all the way up to Tampa, and all points in between. So, or at least the ones we stopped at. Speaking of the West Coast, Bob Autry is here. Good morning, Bob. It's good to see you, my friend. Thanks for dropping in. I hope all is well with you and Deb. John is here from the Gaylors. So good to see you, my friend. You're being lazy today. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with a lazy day. I have a friend of mine. He's a retired firefighter, and he posted this morning that one of the things about being retired was, well, it was last night he posted this, was sitting on his front porch enjoying an adult beverage while he was watching the working folk drive by. So you're not being lazy. You're just checking things out in the world. Well, enjoy your field trip today. Sounds like a lot of fun. Sharon says, "Oh my God, Jimmy, my nephew Jackson heard a kid this past Saturday. Said the SOB word, and Jackson went off on the kid. Couldn't help it. I busted out laughing." He said SOB, honey, went off on him. That's pretty funny. So John Gaylor, we're heading out to the Finger Lakes in July. I reserved some dates in Watkins Glen. I think it's going to be the weekend of the 20th of July. We're going to wine country. Should be a lot of fun. So you kind of put a fire under my fanny yesterday, asking when we were coming out, and we're coming out. So we'll be out there in July. If anybody wants to join us, we're going the weekend of the 20th. We'll be in Watkins Glen. Let's make it a meetup. Let's make it a group trip if you'd like. We can do some wine tours, and there's some state parks out there. Looks like a lot of fun, waterfalls and all kinds of stuff. So I'm excited. Should be a good time. So we'll talk about more when we get a little bit closer. But if anybody wants to come out to the Finger Lakes of New York, specifically Watkins Glen, we will be out that way. So, and that is again in July. So that's that'll be a good trip with the RV. Perfect, John. I'd appreciate that. I don't have a lot of information on that area. I know that Colleen, she's been out there before. I never have. We stopped. So Watkins Glen is in the south part of the lakes. We stopped on the way back from a Colorado trip. We stopped somewhere at the northern part of the lakes area. Just real quick, we stopped for a couple hours, went to a vineyard, did a tasting, and then came headed back home. But this trip will be specifically um, to go out there and hang out and do a lot of the touring, and who knows, maybe go for. I see they do tours on the lake or whichever lake is there. I know there's several of them, but should be a lot of fun. So we're gonna check that out. How's everybody's morning going so far? I hope you got a cup of coffee or your favorite beverage, warm, cold, or lukewarm, however you like it, hot. I enjoy a hot cup of coffee, as you know. Yesterday uh, was a not a very busy day at work. My days are somewhat busy. We try to stay busy. Today will be the busy day. Tuesdays and Thursdays are my busy days for sure. Um, Lots of field work today, and that doesn't count any of the emergent calls that we get during the day. They had a few yesterday, mostly EMS calls. Um, what we would call like bread and butter calls. It's usually transfers to the hospital, that kind of thing. Nobody really too sick or hurt. But they're usually like somebody that would go to the doctor's office and they need a ride to the hospital where they wouldn't be able to drive themselves. So that kind of stuff. Transfer work. So it's all very important. And we'll see what today brings. You never know. You never know what today brings. Um, I'm full this morning, so I'm skipping breakfast. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Good morning, Charlie. It's good to see you, my friend. Charlie and I and Scott, we were hanging out yesterday afternoon, over at Dan Anderson's. He's a guitar player friend of ours who he's almost live every day, isn't he, Charlie? I'd say just about every day, minus maybe Sunday. But Dan does a lot of lives. He's up a lot. I don't know how he does it because he goes for hours. I mean, he's playing his guitar though, so I guess I could see that. Sometimes I'll play my guitar and I'll look at the clock and go, "Oh my goodness, it's cut 2 hours since I picked it up." But you kind of lose the time. John says there are at least 20 wineries around that area. My grandmother's favorite is very close to there. It's funny. I go to click on something and then it jumps to another one very quick. Monday through Saturday for Dan. Yes, Scott's saying the same thing. Dan is up 6 days a week. If anybody likes guitar jams, you can go over to Dan Anderson's channel. He's very good. He I think it's Schecter guitars is like his main thing. He has a Strat and a couple others, but Schecter I think is his main axe. He has a lot of guitars. That guy. He's definitely a collector. Good morning, John from J&N Travels. John and Nancy. Hope you guys are doing well. How's the weather out in the western part of the state? It's been lovely here. Speaking of the weather, let's take a look out the window, see what we got. We got overcast skies today. I'm not sure what the weather's going to be. I think we're going to get some rain tonight, which is okay, I guess. We got the yard in pretty good shape. We talked about that yesterday. We mowed the jungle and blew all the leaves, and everything looks pretty decent. Colleen, I built her a new planter bed for her garden. We have raised beds for all the vegetables, and I built her a T-shaped one on Sunday. So she spent the morning yesterday filling it with soil, and it's good looking soil, chocolate cake batter, like dry chocolate cake batter, looking full of worms and very good soil. It looks really good. We haven't tested it yet, but I would say it's probably pretty balanced. It looks good. So she does a good job out there. Takes good care of her her gardens, and I'm looking for forward to some vegetables come harvest time. So Charlie says it's 44 degrees where he's at. Supposed to get up to 70 today. John says it's going to warm up today. Need to cut the lawn this week. Yeah, like I said, we did ours. Ours looked like the jungle out there. I did my live Friday. We did our walk, and I was showing everybody the lack of work that we did to the yard up to this point. But Sunday we got out there. Saturday it rained. We had a lot of rain on Saturday, but Sunday we got out there, and once we got the power tools working, I had to seafoam the blower. Wasn't running so good, so we ran out and got some seafoam. And for those of you that don't know, that's fuel treatment. It's carb cleaner, and that did the trick. Things working great. In fact, Nick got home yesterday from work and continued blowing down the driveway. And for those of you that have been to my morning lives, you've seen the driveway. It's long, about 500 feet, give or take a hectare. It's pretty long. So he was out there doing the edges of it and all. So I appreciate all of his help because I've had my back has been a mess this week over the weekend, and knock on wood today, it feels a little bit pain free, but it's very weak. So anything can happen. I hope not. I hope we're on the downward side of this back thing. I have a herniated disc and degenerative joint disease. So not complaining, just saying it is what it is, and hopefully we'll be over the hump with that. So it's what we do when we get old. We talk about the weather. We talk about our ailments. What are you taking for medications, Grandpa? Well, I'm taking this for my high blood pressure, and I'm taking this for my joint pain. And I can remember when I was young and listening to the grandparents and the great grandparents. That was their thing. They talked about all the ailments and what they were doing, and the weather, what it's going to be. Never thought I'd end up like that, but so far I haven't watched any reruns of Matlock or I Dream of Jeannie or I Love Lucy. I can remember as a boy that was the thing. My grandparents would be watching all these old movies and old shows. Get with the times. Get with the times, grandparents. There's new shows, although I don't watch much TV. I watch a lot of YouTube, but regular television, you can keep it. I don't care. I don't care about American Idols and I don't care about Survivors and the BS that they're selling you on the regular news channels. I don't watch any of that stuff. Can't be bothered. Cannot be bothered. It's a bunch of what's the word I can use to be nice? It's a bunch of malarkey. How's that? But anyways, I digress. How's everybody doing? What's going on in your week today or this week? You got any good plans? We saw Matt from Backlash Fisherman. He's going on a field trip with his daughter today. That'll be a lot of fun. I remember those days, taking the kids on a trip. I get to chaperone a lot being in the fire service and having that type of schedule. Um, that type of schedule, I was able to do a lot more chaperoning than maybe if you worked a 9 to 5 job. But as Scott says, you were just going to say that. Was that malarkey? I don't use that word. It just popped into my head. I'm not sure why, but not sure why. We watch news for local weather and big news every morning, and then YouTube is it. Yeah, I even rarely watch local news. I'll be honest. Maybe for the weather, like you said. Um, but I get my news from other places, and I'm one of the kind of people that I sift through things on the internet. There is one news outfit that I watch, and that's real. They're called Real America's News. I don't know if anybody's familiar with it, but in my opinion, if you want to get national type news, that's the place to go. There's a lot of I don't know, national stuff, more what's going on federally and that. So that's where I get my news from. Other than that, it's the internet. And even then, you got to sift through and make up your mind what you think is good and what's not. Um, you know them, Charlie. Real America's News, yeah. They are, believe it or not, a Christian news network. They lean more conservative, but that doesn't matter to me. I just like their message. Um, they're good. I used to watch One American News Network, and occasionally I'll watch them. OANN. They're really good, but I don't see them that much. Bob says he started watching Newsmax. Um, I don't. I used to watch Newsmax, um, but for reasons I won't say, I'm not going to watch them. I just don't trust them. I don't trust any of them really. I'll be honest. That's why I surf and I look to see what's out there, and then I make up my own mind. Law Jones is here. Good morning, Law. It's good to see you. Thanks for coming in. If you haven't hit the like button yet, please do that and share us out. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, we would appreciate you subscribing. And if you want to check out all our friends in the chat, everybody in the chat, they're usually here every day. And if you haven't gone over and supported each other, I would appreciate that. Go over and check out a channel, watch a video, watch for at least 3 minutes of a video. Leave them a legitimate comment, not, hey, saw you at Jimmy's. You can say that, but leave a little bit more. A couple sentences would be good. Talk about the video you watched. I watched Bam Manola's racing the alligator video yesterday. My goodness, did anybody watch that? I didn't know alligators could, I knew they were quick on land, but this alligator's in the water, man. He was just moving. He had to be doing like 10 miles an hour. He was moving. And then there's one longhorn cow that was drinking. So this isn't like a canal. I don't want to call it a river. I don't know if it's a river or a canal or what it is, but let's just call it a canal. And Billy's following this gator that's just moving. And he pans to the right, and up ahead there's a longhorn drinking water. And then he pans back, and the alligator's heading closer. And I'm like, oh boy, this ought to be interesting. Cows can move pretty quick too. That's all I'm gonna say. If you haven't been over to Bam Manola Adventures, you got to go over and watch Billy's racing the alligator. Was a lot of fun. But that's my point: is go over and check each other's out. Hey, just speaking of the devil, Billy, I was just talking about your racing the alligator video. Pretty good. They move fast. Again, I've seen them on land where they can kind of run and move quickly, like a big lizard that they are. But I guess they must use that tail, right, as a paddle in the water. That thing was moving. It looks like you were having all you could do to keep up with it. But pretty cool. That's my point. Going over to each other's channels, check each other out. Watch a video. Watch at least 3 minutes of a video if you can. Leave a comment. Watch two. Leave a comment. Usually, what I'll do too is I'll click one to watch for later. The algorithm likes that kind of stuff. And by doing that, you're supporting each other. And then if you like their channel, go on over and subscribe. We're all good people here. We all got really good, interesting channels. Some of us do, travel stuff. Some of us don't post videos, and that's okay. You don't have to. We're just glad you're part of the family. It's good to be part of a family. I was listening this morning, like I do every morning. There's a gentleman on Real America's News. His name is Frank Gaffney, and he does a show every morning at 5. Sometimes they show reruns of his show, but they were talking about how governments will try to isolate people and create loneliness. It's a tactic that communism they use and the communists use, try to break up the family and messed with your mind. So family is important, whether it's your immediate family. I know within the fire service, I have one big family there. Friends and folks that you can count on. Family is so very important. And I consider all of us one big family. I know that Charlie and we're part of it, and Scott as well. When we go over to Dan Anderson's, that's one thing that they promote is that we're one big family. Family is very, very important. And one should never be lonely. Never. There's no need for it. My mom is here. Good morning, Mom. South Central Florida is in the house, or Central Florida, I should say, not South, but Central Florida is in the house. That's right, Charlie, right? Yes, we are. One big family. It's important. What's important, too, is when we get to actually meet some of our friends. I know from me, really, I've only met a couple of folks that that we're connected with on Facebook right now. That's one is Captain Billy J and John and Nancy from Jane and Travels. I've met up with them a couple times now. And then in the fall, in October, we're going on the Booze Cruise, and there's going to be a lot of content creators on there, and I'm excited for that. I can't wait to meet up with the folks and actually put a big hearty handshake and possibly a hug or two to some of the folks that we've become somewhat tight with over the last year or two here in our big YouTube family. So it's important. I can't wait to do that. So Billy says, I woke up with a headache this morning. That headache got to go. Got so much to do. Do you think it's allergies? Speaking of allergies, I was getting ready to sneeze. I hope it goes away. Can you take something? Maybe some acetaminophen? I don't take anything for allergies because I can't. Allergy medication, anything with a antihistamine in it. Ooh, talk about a an energy drink. Yikes! Yeah, it makes my skin crawl. I can't take that stuff. But I'll, if I have a headache, I'll take a couple Tylenol or whatever you use for acetaminophen, or even ibuprofen works. And Sharon, she's taking good care of us too. Billy, you been drinking enough water? It's important. I've been trying to drink 1.5 liters of water a day plus. I have a big bottle that's a liter, 1.5 liters. And I usually start drinking that after my coffee. And then by supper time, it's usually gone. And then I'll fill it up again and have a little more. Water is good. Water is good regardless, but especially for someone that, like myself, that's trying to lose a little weight. Drinking water throughout the day helps you shed some of those pounds as well. It helps kick up your metabolism. It's really good. Put the sweet drinks down, especially soda. Diet soda is the worst thing. Yuck. Yeah, put all that stuff down and drink water. Charlie says my allergies have kicked up. Yeah, it's that time of year. Billy says he can't take anything for allergies. Puts me to sleep. Yeah, that's usually the reaction it has on most people. For me, it makes me. I can hear a conversation a mile away. I take that stuff. Heightened sense of anxiety. It's not good. I don't like it. Yeah, me too, Sharon. Doesn't make me sleepy though. It does the opposite for me. Filtered water, right? Yep. But it's my go-to as well. Mom's telling John that her and my dad are doing good. You may drink a soda maybe once a week. That's okay. Some people will drink it all day, every day. And honestly, if you look like a can of soda, like a whatever the main major brand, there's like 40 grams or 50 grams of sugar. Do you know how much that is? It's like, I don't know. I'm going to guess it's at least 1/4 of a cup of sugar. That's crazy. And then if you drink a diet soda, so you're like, oh, I'm going to get away from the sugar, I'll drink the diet soda. Read the label. Can you pronounce some of the stuff that's in there? I doubt that. I'm not telling people what to do. I would just say mind what you're drinking. If you like soda, drink it, but drinking it all day long is probably not good. You might as well just get a measuring cup and dump sugar down your throat. I drank 3 bottles of water Saturday. Sharon says, yes, sir, filtered water. My water here, I have well water, and it's good. I don't need to filter it. It's fantastic. Exactly, right, Charlie? The ingredients list. Can you pronounce some of that stuff? All right. We're gonna look this up. Now that I'm let's I gotta look this up now that we're talking about it. I gotta try to find the list with all the garbage. Or they show us what the garbage is that's in it. One of them is phenylketonuria. What the hell is that? Phenylketonuria. Here we go. Here's part of it. Let me see if I can share this so you can see it. All right. Can you all see that? I'll put it nice and big on the screen. Yeah, there you go. Carbonated water, caramel color, aspartame. So now, after we do this, we need to look up what this stuff does to you. So aspartame, that's the fake sweetener. Phosphoric acid. Why do we need to drink phosphoric acid? Isn't that something that and potassium? Isn't that something we put in our garden to help the plants grow? Potassium benzoate. That's to protect taste. I don't know why it needs to be protected, but so citric acid, okay, I can see that. But then there's phenylketonuria, contains phenylalanine. What is that? And like I said, why are we drinking that? It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Let's go over to let's look at what's in a Coke. We'll see the nutritional value for Coke. Let's see. I just want to see the list of the stuff that's in it so we can see the amount of sugar. There you go. It's not popping up. All right, well, it's somewhat, but there's carbonated water, high fructose corn syrup, which is not good for you. High fructose corn syrup is not good for you. Phosphoric acid again. Apparently is that to protect taste, or was that the benzoate, potassium benzoate? Where's the list of, here we go. Is that it? No, I want to see the list of how much sugar's in this stuff. Total sugars, 39 grams. 39 grams. What does that equate to? 39 grams. Let's go check this out. Where's so what did I say? I said it was like a quarter cup. Let me share this with you guys. Let me share this other screen I pulled up. I put how many grams in a cup? Can you see that? All right, there you go. All right, so it says in a cup there's 128 grams. There's 64 grams in a half a cup. So 39 grams is about a third of a cup of sugar. Approximately a third of a cup of sugar. Get out 1/3 cup of sugar and just dump it down your throat. It's gross. You know, when we put it that way, I'll never drink soda again. Although sometimes it's good, right? but my goodness, it's gross. I gotta catch up. So Billy says no coffee, no sodas, no energy drinks, just water. 32-ounce bottle is what Sharon's drinking. My mother never drinks soda. Law says I drink a lot of water, but do enjoy iced tea. How much water do you need is based on your weight, right? This is true. Usually, when you're thirsty, when you have a thirst, you're already a little dehydrated. Sharon says we've got well water too, but it's not cold enough for me, so why'd I put ice in it? Yeah, I don't drink really ice water. I like it right out of the tap. Um, there isn't anything wrong with iced tea as long as it's not the canned stuff with the sugar in it. If you brew tea and then you let it sit out and put a little honey or something in it, there's nothing wrong with that. Charlie says, right, if I look at an ingredients list and I can't figure out what the F is in it by just reading along, then I'm putting it back on the shelf, right? What's arsenic? Which word was that, Scott? It's another word for arsenic. Is that one of the benzoates or potassium benzoate? 4 grams in a teaspoon. So a third of a cup. So 40 grams is a third of a cup. Disgusting. No wonder we're an overweight country. If you look at some of the countries around, like Mr. Tranquillo, he lives in Turkey, or Dawn from New Beginnings, she lives in Cyprus and some of the other countries. Where was it? I just saw. Was it Sweden or Switzerland or one of them? They outlaw certain foods that we promote here. And the reason is because they're not good for you. I used to be OCD with reading labels. You know what happened when I did that? I lost a lot of weight and I felt good. I need to start getting back to doing that. I need to start doing that. Basically 10 spoons of sugar. Yeah, 1.4 ounces of sugar. Okay. Pop makes me want to vomit. I make 3 gallons of unsweetened iced tea a week, and that's good. You know, it's like having a cup of coffee, but it's cold. Iced coffee's good. Although for me, when I drink iced coffee, I need to have just a little bit of sugar in it, a little cream. That's why I don't drink it that often. I only use Mexican Coke with my rum, cane sugar. It's actually better for you, right, Bob? Not high fructose corn syrup. That's disgusting. That stuff is terrible for you. Cane sugar is the way to go, but not 40 grams at a time. At least you're watering it down with ice and rum. Yeah, you know, you're better off giving the kids a little iced tea or something, or just water. There's human bone in vitamin water. I don't know about that. So Law says what you need for water is basically a half of ounce per pound of weight. So a 200-pound person equals 100 ounces of water. It's a lot of water. Not that I'm balking on it. We need to drink the water. Right? Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. Trying to understand what we're putting in our body. So this is my theory, and it's not just mine, but I just agree with it. So I was sick and tired all the time. We can feel good again for sure. Unsweetened Kool-Aid. So you just put the powder in the water. But what's in the powder? Citric acid, that's okay. That's like lemons and limes and that, but um, it's not called human bone. I'd be curious to what that is, Shirley. So I was going to say, this is what I believe. And again, it's not my theory, but I go along with it. So think about the pharmaceutical companies. How many billions of dollars they made just on COVID treatments alone, right? So many sick people. And how much did they make on that? So think about an ordinary day, an ordinary ailments, high blood pressure, hyper glucose, so people with diabetes, high blood sugar, hypertension, or I said that, high blood pressure, but all the stuff that people will take maintenance drugs for every day. There's probably a reason why a lot of us are sick like that. And I believe it has a lot to do with the food that we're eating. And if you stop eating all that crap, you won't be supporting the pharmaceutical companies. Think about all the money they're making. They don't want to cure you of your ailment. They want to treat your ailment. Does that make sense? Because if they cure it, let me put it another way. There's a story, and I'll get it wrong, but it was like the Royal Roofers. And, they had a job for generations. These Royal Roofers were fixing the castle roofs. There'd be a leak over here and they would fix it, and then leak over there. There was a lot of leaks, but they were doing their thing. And then one day the father, the owner of the business, he went away and he left it under his son's guys. And his son said, I'm going to fix all the roof. I'm going to fix everything. And by doing that, he put them out of business because they fixed the whole roof. And now they had no work. So think about the pharmaceutical companies. If they fixed us all, they wouldn't be making money. But if they make us sick and then they treat these so-called sicknesses, how much money do you think they're making? Now, don't get me wrong. There's people that are legitimately sick and need pharmaceuticals. But if you turn the TV on and watch regular television, what do you think you see? You're going to see two. So they watch TV when I have lunch at work. And it's some drug commercial comes on. When I was a kid, there was none of that. There's at least two of them during lunch. Drug commercials. Ozempic and this thing and that one. And what's going on? Making people sick, man. So that they can treat you with their drugs. And then you become dependent on it. Read a label. Stop putting that crap in our bodies. I'm just as guilty. But if we stop doing that, maybe we won't be so sick and so fat in this country. Scott says, I used to drink 2 liters of Mountain Dew a day, but now just about 3 to 4 liters flavored water a day. It's called calcium pantothenate. That's the human bone? I can't believe it's human bone. Poor signal? That must be on your end, Paul, but good morning. My signal looks good. My signal looks good from here. The really bad ones are the biological agents. We take a shot a month and it's over $6,000. I don't take shots. I didn't take the vaccines that they were pumping out during the COVID. I didn't tell people not to do it, but I didn't do it. I don't get flu shots. I don't do any of that. How do I know what's in that crap? They're telling you it's good for you. Is it really? No. I'm not down with it. Oh, Shirley, I'm not saying it's not legit. I just never heard of it. Thanks, Charlie. We'll see you later on. I'm trying to catch up. Sometimes the disease is better than the side effect. Colleen suffers from lupus. Some of the medication she takes, she has to. Again, like I said, there's some people that have legitimate issues. But sometimes the treatment can be worse. It can affect your other organs and things. It's not good. Same with my brother. He has MS. And, there's no cure for these things. And they come up with these so-called treatments, but you can only take it for so long because it'll make you blind, or it'll kill your liver, or it'll attack your kidneys. Such BS. I take 13 pills a day for my medical issues. I take 5. So I'm with you. My thyroid doesn't work. Why is that? Do they just stop working? Or is there something in the environment that kills our thyroids? Radiation, perhaps? Something in the food that we eat? All right, I'm going to get off my soapbox now. I'm just saying, read the labels, try to take care of yourself. It's going to help this up here, too. Good morning. Hang out with Mr. J. Haven't seen you in a while, my friend. Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Thank you. Better late than never. So Sharon says, you see what they're saying about they're telling people not to take. So here's the thing. I'm not going to get into all of this because you know who doesn't like it. So we're not going to get into it, but just do what feels right. Don't do something because somebody's telling you that you have to do it. You got to go do it. Do your research and do what's best for you. That's why I'm going to get off my soapbox and stop jamming this down your throat. But just read labels. It's good for you. It's good for all of us. Drink water and coffee. Drink black coffee. No sugar, no cream. Totally black coffee. In a black Astute Tourist mug. It actually tastes better in this mug. I'm telling you, it does. You need to get yourself one of these mugs because the coffee tastes way better in it. You think I'm kidding? Got to get a mug, and then you tell me. Shirley's got a mug. I bet your tea tastes way better in the Astute Tourist mug, Shirley. I bet it does. Right? See, she loves it. Yum. I'm telling you. I will not steer you wrong, my friends. Billy says I take 5 pills a day. Me too. 3 for back issues and 1 for blood pressure. And the other is for motion sickness. I take 5. I'm not going to go into what they're for, but I take 5 a day. And I'll be honest, probably at least 2 of them I could probably go if I got my body in shape and got healthy again. I would need to take them. Right? That's like the coffee pot at work. Sometimes the guys will wash it with soap. I'm like, stop! Don't do that. Just rinse it out. Because it tastes better with, You just rinse it with some water. Don't put soap in that. I believe you're right, John. I'm with you. Nice. We're changing the subject. Have I found any more rocks lately? I have not. You found some gemstones. I need to get out there and start looking. I just don't have the time. I usually pick up a rock when I go somewhere. Although this last trip to Florida, I did not bring a rock home with me. I usually do that to remember the trip, and it's just a rock. I'll be like, oh, I remember that. That was the trip we took to South Carolina or wherever. Clean the pot with salt and water. Yeah, just put it in there. Even ice works. Put some ice in there and swish it around. Well, okay. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday morning. I'm Jimmy, your astute tourist. And we're going to move on, get our day started. Appreciate you guys coming in. Hope everybody has a good day today. Tomorrow evening, I'm going to be here in most likely the crappy stream because of my cable company. I'd have to get on them, but you know what it's like. They put you on hold, the hurry up and wait button. But I'll do my best today to try to get a hold of them. Don't forget PMA, Positive Mental Attitude. PMA will save your day. And when I tell you I'm living proof that it works, please believe me when I tell you that, because it is true. Adopt a positive mind, positive thoughts. Don't forget to make a difference in somebody's day. If you see somebody on the street, smile at them. Say a kind word. Shake a hand. Give a hug. If they're willing. Just don't walk up to somebody and say, Jimmy told me to hug you. That may turn out bad for you. But everybody has a story. Sometimes our stories are not good ones. We never know what people are going through. So just the fact that you smile at them or give them a kind word may change their whole outlook for the day. So it's important. Don't forget to think about our first responders, the men and ladies that are out there fighting fires, protecting us, our homes and our safety. The EMS folks, the healthcare workers, the police officers, they're all out there serving us so that we can be safe. Don't forget to think about the men and women of our armed forces. They're out there on the wall day and night, 24/7, protecting us and keeping us out of harm's way, protecting our freedoms and our liberties. Hey, James is here. Hi, James. Good morning, sir. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. I hope you're feeling good today. But he messed up my cadence. That's okay. Anytime. So yeah, think about our servicemen and women, and they're protecting our freedoms and liberties. And speaking of freedoms and liberties, that flag right there, that's the symbol of our freedom and our liberties. I was looking at the Freedom Trail Tour yesterday because I'm getting prepared to do that. And it reminded me of our flag. And those that came before us that literally put their necks and their lives on the line so that they could have freedom and liberty. And that flag means more than the cloth it's printed on. So respect that flag. Love that flag. Do not tread on that flag. And it's so important. So thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate you as always. I hope you have a good day. We'll be back tomorrow night at 6 p.m. It's Hump Day Cocktail Hour. So we'll see you tomorrow night. I want to wish everybody peace and love from deep down in my heart. You know who I am. I'm Jimmy, your astute tourist. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.